Greetings, Whovians. Hooving Queen here. Hope I had a good week so far. And today our look at the 1500 era now begins with the church on Ruby Road. So let's take a look at it. Ruby Sunday, an orphan who lives with her adoptive mother Carla and adoptive grandmother Cherry, is interviewed by Davina McCall for a television program that traces the participants' lineage. Ruby was abandoned at a church on Ruby Road, hence her name, and hopes to find her birth parents. Following Ruby and Davina begin experiencing bad luck wherever they go. The 50th Doctor arrives and starts to investigate. Carla receives a new foster baby named Lulabelle and celebrates the occasion with a photo she hangs on her fridge alongside photos of her other foster children. While Carla steps out, Lulabelle is kidnapped by goblins. Ruby chases after them onto the roof, where she is joined by the Doctor. With the aid of a pair of intelligent gloves that could bear a much greater weight than the user, they climb onto the goblins' flying ship. The Doctor realizes the goblins are otherworldly beings who feed on coincidence and accidents and travel through time to find babies to eat. The Doctor and Ruby watches the goblins sing about eating babies, culminating in the Goblin King trying to eat Lulabelle. The pair manage to rescue Lulabelle and escape, returning to Carla's flat. The storm causes a giant crack to appear in the ceiling and Ruby disappears. The Doctor sees Carla change into a different person who has only fostered a few children, resents her mother, and is only concerned with money. Carla and Cherry have no recollection of Ruby. Realizing the goblins went back in time to kill Ruby when she was a baby, the Doctor pursues them. The Doctor arrives in the past and witnesses the goblins taking Ruby away. Using the gloves, he pulls the ship onto the church's steeple, impaling the Goblin King and causing the ship to disappear. The Doctor leaves Ruby on the church's doorstep to ensure the parson finds her, and sees a woman walking off into the night. The Doctor returns to the present, where he finds everything returned how it was before, and informs Ruby about what has transpired. He briefly departs to the TARDIS to rescue Davina from being killed by the goblins. They reluctantly decides to leave Ruby behind. Ruby, however, follows him and steps into the TARDIS. After the Doctor and Ruby depart, Ruby's neighbor, Mrs. Flood, breaks the fourth wall by looking at the camera and saying, "Never seen a TARDIS before." Interesting words there, Mrs. Flood. So anyway, let's look at the production of this episode, beginning with the development. In November 2022, Davies was quoted in Doctor Who magazine as having written a further special episode outside of the 60th anniversary specials. It's the first Doctor Christmas special since Twice Upon a Time, after the program temporarily transitioned New Year's specials from 2018 to 2022 under the preceding showrunner Chris Chibnall. Davies also said that when creating the goblins, he wanted to lean more into the supernatural and unexplainable side of the Doctor Who the program was not able to previously explore. The reader for the episode took place on January 12, 2023. The unnamed television program Ruby appears on was inspired by Long Lost Family, which is also hosted by McCall. The Long Lost Family production team assisted in its depiction in the church on Ruby Road. When designing the Goblin Band's outfits, costume designer Pam Down ensured that each goblin had their own complete personality and specific look, rather than having generic appearances. Orchestral recordings for the episode took place at the Wales Millennium Centre in January 2023 with the BBC National Orchestra of Wales. Murray Gold cited Aladdin as inspiration when composing music for the Goblin song. The scene involving the Doctor rescuing Ruby from a giant snowman, followed by telling him a policeman that his girlfriend said yes to his proposal, was the last scene to be added. Disney tested the episode and asked Russell T Davies to add an extra scene in the beginning so the Doctor could be introduced sooner. Davies felt positive about the decision, adding, "Who doesn't want to see in Shooty?" The episode's title and official air date was announced via Disney Plus press release on November 5th, 2023. And now on to the filming. The Church on Ruby Road was directed by Mark Tonderai, who previously directed the 11th series episodes The Ghost Monument and Rosa. It was filmed along with the 14th series in the series' standalone second production block. The episode was also the third of the 14th series to be filmed, following the series' fifth episode, Dawn and Bubble, and the preceding series' premiere, Space Babies. Filming on the Goblin ship set occurred on February 20th, 2023. Only 12 to 15 extras were used as goblins for those scenes. It took 5 people to control the Goblin King prop during filming. The production team continuously changed their outfits and relocated them around the set to make the number appear larger. Scenes at the church were filmed on the 14th and 15th of January at St. Mary's Church in Nash, Newport. Additional filming there also took place from February 14th. Soap and paper was used to create fake snow for this scene. The top of the church's steeple was replicated on a soundstage at Wolf Studios, Wales. The Goblin song was filmed on a green screen on March 3rd of 2023. And now finally onto the casting. On May 8th, 2022, Ncuti Gatwa was announced as Jodie Whittaker's successor as the program's lead, and many reports, including the BBC itself, stated he would play the 14th Doctor and that Whittaker's 13th Doctor would turn into incarnation portrayed by Gatwa. Later clarification announced that Gatwa would actually portray the 15th Doctor, with the 14th Doctor played by David Tennant for the 2023 specials. Auditions for the next companion took place on September 24th, 2022. On November 18th, 2022, during Children in Need, Millie Gibson was announced as new companion Ruby Sunday. On November 30th, 2023, it was announced that Davina McCall would be cast as herself in the special, now Michelle Greenidge, Angela Winter, and Anita Dobson have been cast as Carla, Ruby Sunday's mother, Cherry, Ruby Sunday's grandmother, and Mrs. Flood, respectively. Susan Twist appears uncredited as a heckler at Ruby's band's concert, after appearing as Mrs. Mary Dew in Wild Blue Yonder. Her return appearance caused fans to speculate that she would appear again in future episodes. We'll have to see if that's true at some point, so yeah. So overall, as the first episode of this new Doctorate, I think it's actually pretty good. So, yeah, and the fact that it's a Christmas episode, man, just say I really miss those. And I'm just saying on the New Year's specials, but hey, I definitely miss the Christmas specials a lot, so yeah. So overall, I give The Church on Ruby Road 4 sonic screwdrivers out of 5. Anyway, to the next week as we take a look at the next episode, Space Babies. So until then, hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, share it around. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified about my future uploads. And it would help support the channel further, then be sure to check out my Patreon page. Link is always in the description below. Anyway, until next time, this is Hooving Queen saying, "Oh my giddy aunt! When I say run, run! I've reversed the polarity of the neutron flow. Would you like a jelly baby? Fantastic! Allons-y! Geronimo!" Bow ties are cool, fezzes are cool, and Stetsons are cool.